Have you ever felt completely exhausted, even after a huge victory? That's exactly where the prophet Elijah found himself. This was a man who had just called down fire from heaven, faced down an entire kingdom, and defeated hundreds of false prophets. He was a spiritual giant. But right after this incredible triumph, he was hit with a wave of fear and exhaustion. A threat from Queen Jezebel sent him running for his life, deep into the wilderness. He found a broom tree, sat down, and in his despair, he didn't pray for more strength or another miracle. He simply prayed for it all to end. He was physically, emotionally, and spiritually drained. His heart was heavy, and his spirit was completely worn out. But God's response is so beautiful. He didn't scold Elijah for his fear or his doubt. He didn't tell him to just be stronger. Instead, God met him right where he was. An angel appeared, providing food and water, and telling him to rest. God knew that before Elijah could hear his voice, he needed his body and soul to be restored. This happened not once, but twice. God gently nursed him back to health. After regaining his strength, Elijah traveled for 40 days to Mount Horeb, the very mountain where God had given the law to Moses. He went into a cave, and there, God asked him a simple, gentle question. "What are you doing here, Elijah?" It wasn't an accusation, but an invitation to pour out his heart. Then, God put on a display of immense power. A mighty wind ripped through the mountains, shattering rocks. But the Bible says God was not in the wind. Then, a massive earthquake shook the very ground he stood on, but God was not in the earthquake. After that, a raging fire swept across the mountain, but God was not in the fire. And then, after all the noise, after all the chaos and spectacular power, came a gentle whisper, a still small voice. When Elijah heard it, he instinctively knew. This was God. He pulled his cloak over his face and stood at the entrance of the cave, ready to listen. In that quiet whisper, God comforted Elijah. He assured him that he wasn't alone, that there were still thousands who were faithful. He gave him a new mission, a new purpose, and renewed his calling. God didn't shout over Elijah's fear. He whispered through it. This story teaches us such a powerful lesson. We often look for God in the grand, noisy, spectacular moments of life. But so often, he is found in the stillness. When your world feels loud, when fear is screaming, when you feel overwhelmed and empty, maybe it's time to stop and listen. Be still, because God might not be speaking in the storm. He might be speaking in the whisper. Thanks so much for watching. If this story spoke to you, please hit that like button, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe for more content that inspires. We'll see you in the next one.